Awareness of and connection to a source of invigorating love offers meaning and inspires purpose. For many, this is God. For others, it may be a higher power or nature. The term transcendence is one psychologists use to describe how people experience connecting to something beyond the self, often the divine or other ultimate source of meaning. Different religions have different names for the divine. I was raised in a Presbyterian church, so I understand transcendence through relating to God. I was just speaking this week with a humanistic chaplain who uses the term sacred presence. In Islam, Allah, for an atheist, ultimate meaning might come from thinking about the order of the universe. Anyone who has sat in wonder, looking at a beautiful sunset or at the Grand Canyon or the Milky Way, has experienced awe, which is an emotional response to something that is bigger and more meaningful than we are. A Christian might thank God for an awesome experience, but an atheist humanist might feel compelled to respond to that beauty with activism, wanting to protect the planet. There are many ways people respond to this very human experience of transcendence. Again, I would say that our spirituality is about our engagement and response to these aspects of transcendence. The meaning we make out of it, and the fact that these experiences shape us and alter how we live. They help us feel more connected. I'll tell you a story about a time in my life where I felt the presence of God, and it changed me. When I was a senior in high school, I was sailing on a Hobie Cat catamaran in Lake Michigan when a sudden storm came up, and my father, best friend, and I actually ended up being pushed 2 miles into the lake, losing our boat and being rescued by the Coast Guard. As we waited, clinging to the capsized boat for someone to rescue us, I very much remember feeling God's presence with me. That was the only thing that kept me sane with my body that was growing numb and my rapidly chattering teeth. Later, my dad and my friend both asked me, "How did you keep so calm? Your being calm helped me be calm." And I just knew or said, I felt God's presence with us. That was a really radical incident, but that moment has lingered with me. And that understanding that God is with me in freezing water, giving a lecture, parenting is something that keeps me going. So what makes transcendence healthy or not healthy? An experience is an experience, right? The answer is no. An experience isn't just an experience. Ultimately, transcendence engages not just our thoughts, but our emotions as well. It motivates and fuels our behavior. It can break us apart and reshape who we are becoming, like my incident on the boat. Ideally, transcendence leads to prosocial behavior. But there are so many examples of how transcendence has been used for nefarious or destructive ends. You can just think about riots that happen after soccer games to understand what I mean by this. I've thought about this a lot, and it's something I've actually studied in the lives of many. I've come to understand that healthy spirituality is linked to an understanding of loving transcendence that we connect with, and then that propels the one who experiences transcendence towards more loving and prosocial choices. We are humans, and our beliefs and how we make meaning of these experiences can shape our behaviors for good or for ill. From my work with youth, and even for us adults, we make meaning out of transcendent experiences with the help of loved ones and leaders, and within the context of a caring community. We need an ecology of care to process these profound experiences and to help integrate those experiences, both the beliefs and those powerful emotions, into our sense of self. That's how they actually motivate and fuel positive action.